What was supposed to be a picture-perfect red carpet moment turned into absolute chaos. Papoose shocked the world when he got down on one knee and proposed to Claressa in front of flashing cameras and screaming fans. The crowd erupted. Claressa said yes, and then, out of nowhere, Remy Ma stormed in and snatched the ring right out of her hand. Was this jealousy, betrayal, or something deeper that's been brewing behind the scenes? Buckle up, because this shocking love triangle has everyone talking, and the fallout could destroy friendships, marriages, and careers in one explosive moment. It was supposed to be a night of glitz, glam, and celebration. The red carpet was buzzing with flashing cameras, designer gowns, and hip-hop royalties stepping out to show off their best. But what happened next turned a glamorous evening into one of the most shocking public scandals the culture has seen in years. Papoose, yes, the man whose name has been tied to loyalty, marriage, and undying devotion to Remy Ma, dropped too. One knee in front of the cameras and the screaming fans. But here's the catch. The proposal wasn't for his wife. It was for Claressa. The crowd erupted in disbelief. Was this real? Was this staged? Was it some bizarre PR stunt? The cameras zoomed in as Claressa gasped, covering her mouth with her hands, tears welling up in her eyes. The ring sparkled under the red carpet lights, and in a moment that sent shockwaves through social media, Claressa said yes. The cheers, the gasps, the sheer chaos of it all. It felt like the entire world was watching a love story and betrayal collide in real time. For those who don't know, Claressa isn't just any woman. She's a rising star in her own right. Bold, beautiful, and already making waves both in entertainment and sports circles. Her connection to Papoose has always been rumored, whispered about in the darker corners of gossip blogs, but never confirmed. Until now. This proposal wasn't just a gesture, it was a bombshell that confirmed what many suspected. Something has been going on behind the scenes, but just as fans thought they were witnessing history, a new chapter in Papoose's life, everything exploded. Out of nowhere, Remy Ma appeared. Dressed to kill, eyes blazing, she stormed right up to Claressa. And before anyone could process what was happening, she snatched the ring straight from her hand. Gasps echoed across the red carpet. The photographers didn't even know whether to keep snapping or step back. Security scrambled. Fans screamed. This wasn't a reality show script. This was raw, unscripted drama playing out for the entire world to see. And here's where things get complicated. For years, Papoose and Remy Ma have been the poster couple of hip-hop loyalty. When Remy was locked up, Papoose held her down like no other. He became a symbol of true devotion, sticking by her side through years of incarceration, never wavering, never abandoning her. Their love story was celebrated, admired, even idolized. So for him to turn around and publicly propose to Claressa, fans are calling it the ultimate betrayal, the end of hip-hop's most beloved love story. But was this really betrayal, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? That's the question on everyone's mind. Some insiders claim that Papoose and Remy's marriage has been crumbling behind the scenes for years, and that this proposal was simply Papoose making his new relationship official. Others argue it was nothing more than a stunt designed to stir buzz and keep all three names trending. But if it was a stunt, then why did Remy Ma's reaction look so raw, so unfiltered, so full of rage and heartbreak? The clip has already gone viral, with millions of views flooding across Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok within hours. Fans are dissecting every frame. The way Papoose looked at Claressa when he opened the ring box. The way Claressa's hands shook as she accepted, and the way Remy Ma's face contorted with fury as she yanked the ring back. Memes are already circulating, hashtags are trending, and the debate is tearing social media apart. Let's rewind for a second. Claressa and Papoose's alleged connection isn't entirely out of the blue. There have been whispers for months, private dinners, cryptic Instagram likes. and behind-the-scenes run-ins that raised eyebrows. But Papoose always maintained his image as the faithful husband, loyal to Remy to the end. Meanwhile, Claressa played coy whenever asked, dismissing the rumors as baseless gossip. But now, that coyness has turned into confirmation. Accepting that ring in public was her way of declaring to the world that she's no longer just a rumor. She's the woman Papoose is ready to claim, and Remy Ma. The betrayal is twice as painful because it happened in such a public way. Imagine being blindsided like that, not just in private, but on a stage where every camera is rolling, every flash is capturing your heartbreak, and every fan is waiting to see how you'll react. To Remy, snatching that ring wasn't just about anger. It was about reclaiming her dignity, making it clear that no one, absolutely no one, is going to disrespect her in front of the entire culture. The crowd's reaction was just as split as social media's. Some cheered for Remy, applauding her for standing up for herself and refusing to let the moment play out quietly. Others felt sympathy for Claressa, who looked stunned and embarrassed after the ring was snatched from her finger. And then there were those who couldn't stop replaying Papoose's face. I caught somewhere between shock, anger, and a realization that his private world had just blown up in front of millions. The fallout from this moment is already reaching every corner of the entertainment industry. Fellow celebrities have started chiming in, some shading Papoose for disrespecting his marriage, others questioning Claressa for accepting a ring from a married man, and still others defending Remy Ma as the rightful queen who deserved better. It's a full-blown triangle scandal, and nobody is walking away clean. But here's the thing. This story isn't just about one dramatic red carpet moment. It's about years of history, loyalty, and love unraveling in a single explosive gesture. Papoose built his entire brand on being the devoted husband, the man who redefined what loyalty in hip-hop looked like. Remy Ma built her comeback story on the foundation of their relationship, their unity, their strength, and Claressa. She's stepping into the spotlight in a way that will forever tie her name to one of hip-hop's most shocking betrayals. So what happens next? Will Remy Ma walk away from Papoose for good? Or will she fight to keep the man she once called her soulmate? Will Claressa defend her choice, claiming that her love is just as real as Remy's once was? And what about Papoose? Will he double down on his proposal, or will he crumble under the weight of backlash from fans, peers, and the entire hip-hop community? One thing's for sure, this red carpet scandal isn't fading anytime soon. It's just the beginning of a messy, complicated story that could redefine relationships, reputations, and legacies in hip-hop for years to come. Stay tuned, 'cause the drama is only getting started. The red carpet may have cleared, but the internet is still on fire. That single shocking moment, Papoose proposing to Claressa, Claressa saying yes, and Remy Ma storming in to snatch the ring, has exploded into one of the biggest scandals in hip-hop history. What was supposed to be a glamorous night has turned into a cultural earthquake, and the aftershocks are only getting stronger. The clip of the incident has gone viral across every platform imaginable. Instagram Reels, TikTok edits, YouTube reaction videos, you name it, the footage is everywhere. Millions of fans are replaying every second, analyzing body language, tone, and expression. Is Claressa really in love? Did Papoose look nervous? When he dropped to one knee, was Remy's reaction genuine, or was it staged for maximum drama? The debates are endless. Hashtags are trending worldwide. Hashtag ring snatch. Hashtag Remy's Claressa. Hashtag PAPOOSE proposal. And the brutal hashtag loyalty lost. Fans are divided into camps, each defending their favorite. On one side, Team Remy is rallying around the hip-hop queen, calling her the true victim in all of this. They argue that after years of loyalty, sacrifice, and devotion, she didn't deserve to be humiliated on a red carpet. On the other side, Team Claressa is gaining traction, with some saying that if Remy and Papoose's marriage had truly been solid, there would have been no space for Claressa to step in at all. And then there's the much smaller team, Papoose, defending his right to follow his heart, even if it means leaving behind the very woman who made him a symbol of loyalty. But let's be real, majority of fans aren't defending him. The backlash against Papoose has been brutal. Comment sections are flooded with accusations of betrayal, hypocrisy, and clout chasing. People are pulling up old interviews where Papoose declared his undying love for Remy, using them as proof that his proposal to Claressa was nothing short of a complete 180. Screenshots of romantic posts he made about Remy are resurfacing, with fans asking, was it all a lie? Was it all a lie? Adding fuel to the fire are the insider leaks. Gossip blogs are claiming that this wasn't just a sudden decision on Papoose's part. Allegedly, he and Remy have been living separately for months, with their marriage quietly deteriorating behind the scenes. Sources say constant arguments, trust issues, and jealousy created cracks that no amount of public appearances could cover up. According to one insider, they've been done for a while. Papoose just decided to stop hiding it. If that's true, then this red carpet proposal wasn't betrayal, it was the official unveiling of a new chapter. But even if that's the case, fans argue he could have handled it privately, without humiliating Remy on such a grand stage. Meanwhile, Remy Ma isn't staying quiet. Less than 24 hours after the incident, she went live on Instagram, her face tight with emotion, but her voice sharp and steady. She didn't mention names, but her message was crystal clear. Respect is everything. Loyalty is everything. When you break that, you lose me. The live ended abruptly, but the impact was immediate. Fans flooded the comments with hearts and messages of support, praising Remy for standing tall in the face of betrayal. Claressa, on the other hand, seems to be handling the spotlight differently. Just hours after the chaos, she posted a now-deleted Instagram story showing the ring back on her finger. The caption read, "Real love always wins." Screenshots spread like wildfire before the post disappeared, and the backlash was instant. Critics accused her of being insensitive, flaunting the ring as if it weren't just stolen from her hand by a woman who spent years building a marriage. Supporters, however, applauded her confidence, saying she shouldn't feel guilty for accepting love if that's what Papoose is offering. The drama is so intense that even celebrities are weighing in. Cardi B threw subtle shade in a tweet about women forgetting sisterhood when chasing men, which fans immediately linked to Claressa. Fat Joe, a longtime ally of both Papoose and Remy, posted a cryptic message about family over everything that many interpreted as his way of siding with Remy. Even Love and hip-hop alumni couldn't resist, with some posting laughing emojis and cryptic comments about karma. But what's even more fascinating is how the industry is responding. For years, Papoose and Remy's love story has been held up as an example of what true loyalty looks like in hip-hop. They weren't just a couple. They were a brand booked together, promoted together, celebrated together. That brand is now fractured, and the fallout could hit Papoose where it hurts most: his reputation and career. Already, promoters are whispering about canceling joint appearances. Endorsement opportunities are at risk. And fans who once saw him as a symbol of devotion are calling him a fraud. Behind the scenes, Remy Ma is said to be gathering her circle tight, strategizing her next moves. She's always been a fighter, both in music and in life. And those close to her believe she's preparing to channel this heartbreak into power. There are even rumors that she's working on new music that will address the betrayal head-on. Imagine Remy dropping a diss track aimed at both Claressa and Papoose that alone would break the internet. Claressa, meanwhile, is leaning into the spotlight. Her name has never been bigger. And whether people love her or hate her, she's undeniably at the center of one of the biggest scandals of the year. Her followers are skyrocketing, interview requests are pouring in, and gossip outlets are desperate for her side of the story. But with great visibility comes great danger, because the same fans who are lifting her up today could turn on her tomorrow if she's not careful. And Papoose. He's the man in the middle, caught in a storm entirely of his own making. Insiders say he's trying to do damage control, reaching out to both women in private. He's allegedly been begging Remy to understand that the marriage was already broken before he ever proposed to Claressa, while at the same time assuring Claressa that he's serious about building a future with her. But the problem is, by trying to keep both women in his life, he's angering both sides. Fans are calling him indecisive, selfish, and reckless. The question everyone is asking now is simple. What happens next? Will Remy officially file for divorce, cutting ties once and for all? Will Claressa and Papoose go public with their relationship, braving the backlash and trying to turn scandal into a love story? Or will this messy triangle implode, leaving all three with broken hearts and damaged reputations? What's clear is that this isn't just another celebrity scandal, it's a cultural moment. It's a test of loyalty, respect, and how far people are willing to go for love, fame, and pride. And with every passing day, the stakes are getting higher. Stay tuned. Because if you thought the proposal and ring snatch were wild, the next chapter of this saga is going to be even more explosive. The dust may be settling from the red carpet chaos. But make no mistake, this story is far from over. In fact, the aftermath of Papoose's shocking proposal to Claressa, Remy Ma's furious ring-snatching moment, and the cultural storm that followed is only getting more complicated by the day. What started as a jaw-dropping scandal has now spiraled into a saga of legal battles, career consequences, quest betrayal, and the price of fame. Let's start with the biggest development. Insiders are reporting that Remy Ma has begun consulting divorce lawyers. For years, her marriage to Papoose was her safe haven. It's the love story that carried her through prison, career struggles, and personal battles. But now, after being blindsided in front of the world, sources say she's ready to cut ties once and for all. Remy's done. One insider revealed she feels like the respect is gone, and without respect, there's no marriage. If that's true, and the hip-hop world is about to witness the end of one of its most iconic unions. And if divorce papers do get filed, things could turn ugly fast. Papoose and Remy have built not just a marriage, but an empire together. They've invested in businesses, made joint appearances, and turned their love story into a brand. Splitting all of that will be messy. Lawyers are already whispering about disputes over property, endorsements, and future royalties. What's worse, if the divorce becomes public and contentious, both sides could air dirty laundry that fans have never seen before. Imagine Remy revealing years of hidden struggles, or Papoose trying to justify his actions by exposing private details. The courtroom could become the stage for an even bigger showdown than the red carpet. Meanwhile, Claressa is facing her own set of challenges. While she may have gained a massive spike in fame, she's also dealing with the pressure of being labeled a homewrecker. Every move she makes is scrutinized, every post analyzed for hidden messages. Critics accuse her of inserting herself into a marriage that was already fragile, while supporters argue that she has the right to love who she loves. But one thing's undeniable. Claressa is now a household name. Whether she likes it or not, she's tied to this scandal forever. There are whispers that Claressa is in talks to land her own reality show, or at least a major storyline on love and hip-hop. Producers know drama sells. And Claressa's involvement in this explosive triangle could bring ratings through the roof. But here's the risk. If she leans too heavily into the scandal, she risks alienating the very fans she's trying to win over. Nobody wants to see her become the villain, but with Remy commanding so much public sympathy, Claressa is already fighting an uphill battle for acceptance. And then there's Papoose. Once hailed as the king of loyalty, he's now facing a crisis of identity. His entire brand was built on standing by Remy through thick and thin, proving to the world that true love could survive even the darkest days. That image is shattered, replaced with one of betrayal and hypocrisy. How does a man rebuild his reputation after torching the very values he preached for years? Some fans believe he can't, that no matter what he does, he'll forever be remembered as the man who proposed to another woman while still married. But others believe Papoose might try to spin this as a story of personal growth. Rumors suggest he's considering releasing new music, possibly even addressing the scandal in his lyrics. If he owns the narrative, admits his flaws, and presents this as part of his journey, he might just claw his way back into public favor. But that's a risky gamble, and with Remy rumored to be recording her own response, the battle for the public's sympathy could turn into a lyrical war. Beyond the personal drama, the ripple effects are spreading through the entire hip-hop community. Fans are questioning the authenticity of celebrity relationships, wondering how much of what they see is real and how much is staged for cameras and clout. The Papoose Remy Claressa scandal has become a cautionary tale about loyalty, trust, and the dangers of mixing love with fame. Even brands are paying attention. Endorsement deals that once relied on Papoose and Remy's image as a power couple are now in jeopardy. Companies don't want to be associated with betrayal and scandal, and already insiders are whispering about contracts being pulled or renegotiated. Meanwhile, Claressa is rumored to be receiving new offers, brands willing to capitalize on her sudden visibility. Even if it comes with controversy, and let's not forget the fans. They're not just watching this play out, they're participating. Every meme, every tweet, every comment adds fuel to the fire. Fan pages are choosing sides, creating entire communities dedicated to supporting Remy, Claressa, or even Papoose. In some ways, the scandal has become bigger than the people involved. It's a cultural moment, one that reflects deeper questions about love, loyalty, and betrayal in the age of social media. But here's the million-dollar question. Is there any path to reconciliation? Could Remy and Papoose possibly find their way back to each other, despite the chaos? Some fans cling to hope, pointing out that they've survived struggles before. But others say this is different, that public humiliation is a wound too deep to heal. As for Claressa and Papoose, will their relationship even survive the backlash? Being the center of a scandal can bond two people together, but it can also tear them apart when the pressure becomes unbearable. What happens next could redefine all three of their lives. If Remy walks away completely, she could reclaim her independence, rebuild her image, and perhaps even come back stronger than ever, turning heartbreak into power. If Claressa capitalizes on her newfound fame, she could cement herself as a major player in reality TV or entertainment, for better or worse. And if Papoose manages to survive this storm, he'll either emerge as a man who redefined himself, or as the cautionary tale of what happens when loyalty turns to betrayal. One thing is certain: the saga isn't over. This scandal has legs, and every new development, whether it's a legal filing, a cryptic social media post, or a diss track, will send fans and the industry into another frenzy. The story that began with a proposal and a snatched ring has become a saga about respect, loyalty, and the cost of public love. Because in the end, this wasn't just about a ring. It was about power. It was about who gets to control the narrative of love, betrayal, and redemption. And as the world watches, one thing has become crystal clear: nobody is walking away from this story untouched. So buckle up, because this isn't the end. It's only the beginning of a scandal that could reshape hip-hop relationships forever. What a whirlwind, right? From a red carpet proposal to a public ring snatch that shook the entire hip-hop world. This story has everything: love, betrayal, loyalty, and heartbreak. But now I want to hear from you. Whose side are you on? Do you think Papoose followed his heart and did what was right for him? Or was this the ultimate act of betrayal against Remy Ma? And what about Claressa? She'll be blamed for stepping into this mess? Or is she simply caught up in a storm she didn't create? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is just getting started, and I'll be reading every single one. And if you stayed locked in until the very end, Don't forget to smash that like button. Lets me know you're here for these deep dives into the biggest celebrity scandals. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next shocking update. Trust me, this saga is far from over. And I've got exclusive breakdowns coming your way that you won't want to miss. Because when it comes to hip-hop drama, this channel keeps you one step ahead.